Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Go Get That Rose. It has been a minute since we've been here. My fault, it's okay. Whatever. We are back talking about Peter's season, which is coming back next week. And I'm so excited. With me, as always, I can't talk about this by myself. I mean, I can, but, it's nice to have someone else, is my co-host, J Wade.
Hey, guys, and hey, Sara. It's been a long time.
It has.
Totally stoked. This is going to be good stuff. Sweet Puppy Dog Pete coming up with a big, way too long of a 3-hour premiere, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, hopefully it's good and not like Colton's 3-hour premiere, which was rough. But we're just going to do a quick little touch back in on our thoughts on Peter, pick our top 4 girls based solely on pictures. I did do a little research, which might influence a little bit, but I tried not to let that influence. Want to be as shallow as possible. Just kidding. And then we also picked who we think is going to be the villain. Really just based off of looks, like, honestly.
Yep.
Like,
so don't take it personal, ladies. Y'all could be the nicest broads in the world, but you look like you don't take no shit. So, which is a good thing, kind of, maybe. Depends.
Maybe. We'll see. So I think we both feel the same way, that we're excited for Bachelor to come back, but not for Peter.
Yes.
Is that accurate? Okay.
Still on that mic train, man.
Anyone but Peter, I'm gonna be honest.
True. Yeah, it is to that point now. It's like, dude, anybody but Peter. Come on.
Every time he shows up on the previews, I'm just like, I don't see it. Like, I don't think I can do this season where girls are gonna be like, oh my god, he's so hot, because I just do not think he's attractive at all. Like, and I don't know. Like, I'm just so, like, him always trying to be like sexy to Hannah and always trying to be like on top, and then her flipping him over every time they would try to be like sexy. I'm like, oh my god, like, I can't. He's just like a little puppy dog. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. How many times over under are there going to be airplane jokes, pilot jokes, windmill jokes?
Every single episode. Oh, I say over 90% every single episode.
Well, the first episode is just going to be about the windmill. Like, already the preview is him leaning on a freaking windmill. Like,
right. And I think I'd said before, I want to see one of the girls come to meet him with big windmill blades strapped to her back that are spinning.
Oh, buddy.
That would be amazing.
Oh, buddy. Just you wait. You wait. I think the first episode is usually probably my favorite, because that's when you get to meet all the girls, and they come in like one-on-one and they do their introductions, and their introductions are so awkward, and I love it. That's when you get to like see them. But then I know a lot of people are like, oh, I tried to watch the first episode and it's like boring. Like, yeah, it's just an introduction. Like, you need to wait until the second episode when they actually go on dates and stuff. But I like seeing them come in and like embarrass themselves, so it's really fun. I'm like,
and this is my first Bachelor season that I'll be watching, so I'm not familiar with how the ladies make their entrance.
Same way, everything's basically the same. But you didn't watch.
I'm sure it's not exactly the same, because they're ladies, they're not guys.
Yes,
so doesn't it have to be a little bit different at least?
Sure.
Sure. I don't know. Hey, in the end, they're all there to win a rose. So hey,
yes, it's basically the same show, only guys and girls are different. I don't know. So we do have 30 girls, but I think before we jump into our 30 girls down to 4, let's talk about what has been in the previews. We talked a little bit about it. Do you think Hannah will be the unofficial 31st girl, or do you think that's just a cop-out?
I don't know. I think that'll just end up being just a bunch of crap. I don't see how it would not be fair to the other girls if they actually put Hannah on this show.
It seems like she comes in twice. Like, she comes in during the opening, which that one might be like I'm just here to wish you luck, blah, blah, blah kind of thing.
Right.
And then we see her later come in like on a date, like all it looks like a date, like comes in later, and that's when they're all flirty with each other.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that might be more than just I don't I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
but
think the
man, they
first
are
one's a
milking
psych
Hannah
out.
for everything they can get out of her. It's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
it's kind of getting old. Let's
I
move
think
on
she's
here.
the most beloved bachelorette, I would say.
Hmm.
Like I feel like she's the most beloved, the most like she had a comeback. Like people did not like her in Colton season. And then she like came back and everyone loves her now. So I mean I don't know. I would keep milking it, I'll be honest. If I was ABC and she was like the most loved one, I'd be like, yeah, bring her back for everything. Like every episode, every season. But I guess we'll see. That's my prediction that she's just going to be on for a quick like wish you luck, like good luck, and then we'll be gone, and then we'll be like, man, Peter, I really have feelings for him. I have to come back. I don't know how soon that will be. I'm figuring probably pretty soon, like probably the second or third episode. I don't think they'd
Yeah.
wait until like he's down to 6 girls or something.
No,
Like
no, no. They
that
can't
would
do
be
that.
no, that would be great. Or I wonder if we'll ever actually see it because there's a lot of stuff like they put a lot of stuff and then they cut things out that we actually never end up seeing. So I wonder if maybe the storyline they just kind of cut that out. I don't know. Just a prediction.
Here, a
Um,
week from today, we'll
a
find
week
out a
from
little bit more.
today for 3 hours.
Yeah, three. Man, that's gonna be hard.
3 hours. But let's just jump right into it. So we picked our top 4 girls, and then the winner. We did this earlier, like a couple months ago. I honestly don't remember who I picked. I remember who I picked for our top, but I don't remember anyone else.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
so they're probably brand new girls, and that's okay. All right. You can go first.
For my final four, I've got Courtney P, Hannah Ann S, Sydney H, and Sara, with Sara taking the win.
Yes. And then my top 4, I also have Hannah and S, I guess. Hannah Ann, I have Madison in there and Sara winning. And then I have Deandra, I think is her name. Deandra.
Hmm,
I have her in there as well. Not saying that she is this, but there always has to be the diversity pick. So past couple every like bachelor's season there has to be someone that isn't
right.
completely blonde and
And see,
white.
that's why I gave an honorable mention to Lexi B. She's going to be the fiery ginger.
Oh yeah, yes, give me those gingers. And then
You like
my
gingers?
yes, I
Is
dyed
your
my hair.
husband a ginger?
No, he's not. And
Oh, don't listen to this,
yeah.
Nick.
Well, I dyed my hair. Like my husband thought I was a ginger because my hair was really like orange ginger when
Hmm.
we first met, and he was like, "Yeah, like I always wanted to date a girl that was a ginger." And I was like, "I dye it, right?" And he's like, "Nuh-uh." And I was like, "Well,
Ah, you tricked him.
I just have that pale skin tone. It just works so well. Like
Funny.
it fits so well." But Courtney was also one of my honorable mentions. Um,
Yeah,
so
there's
yeah,
just something about her that I think he's gonna
yeah.
gravitate toward.
All of these girls literally look the same.
Yeah, they do. They
All the
do.
blonde girls. There's like 3 flight attendants, a few models, like big social media people. Like it's all the same. Like, I'm so over it, but I'm also
Yeah.
so into it at the same. And then we also picked our villain. Who was your villain?
I think the main villain will be Alexis T, and I gave an honorable mention to Natasha P. And Natasha P, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but you look like you ain't gonna take no shit from anybody, which is a good
That's
thing.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I love strong women, but it's just she looks like she's the girl who ain't gonna take no shit off nobody.
Yeah, I agree. I'll put her up there too for that. My other villain I have is I don't know what her last name is. Oh, it's just Kelly.
Hmm.
Um, Solely based kind of on the picture, but also like I heard a little bit about her, so that she
Oh,
calls
what'd you hear?
I heard she's like in the middle of the drama and she causes a lot of drama, so I'm like, villain.
Oh,
And she also met Peter before the taping, so
so stupid.
so I figured like, oh yeah, she's a villain.
Doesn't that negate the entire point of the show when you
Yes,
meet the
there's
people
always
before
at
you
least
go?
one person that has like met them before or that they knew. Like
I wonder
they
why
do
they
they
do
do that a
that.
lot. I don't know, but they never end up like going like winning, so I don't know why. Maybe for like the
It's so
drama.
stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anything else about Peter's season? We're so enthusiastic. We're so excited. I just don't know what else to say until we actually see him.
Yeah, I don't either. And we're a week out, so I'm just kind of in that mode where I'm like, who cares? Let's just get there and start watching it so that we can just rip it to shreds.
Yes. I'm just most excited, I think, for the girls. I think the girls are really going to carry this season. Not that maybe Peter will surprise me. I really hope he does. Really hope he does, and I'm not just bored and annoyed by him.
I have a feeling there's going to be nothing but boredom and annoyance from
It's going to
him.
be so boring. I'm so sorry, Peter. Prove me wrong.
And I still can't get that stupid image of him shirtless with the with the jeans, with the tight jeans on, standing on the
in the
airplane
promos,
with
so
like
bad.
the freaking the water hose.
It's so bad.
And we know what that water hose is representative of. We're not stupid.
Oh my gosh. Well, all will be revealed next Monday when we watch for 3 hours. Hopefully, it's good content all 3 hours, and we don't have a stupid like live show with all the past people, because that's what happened last time. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back after some promos for other shows you can listen here on this network. Okay. Hey, it's Sarah, and I'd like to tell you about Afterlife. It's a weekly Collider Live after show podcast where Mike, Sean, and I give our takes on Roxy and Dorinda's antics, on Yodi's producing skills, and whatever Cody and Alex are up to in that booth. In addition to having guests, we expand on the crew's discussions and add our own craziness in the mix. You can find the show on Merc and Movie Blog feed on all the podcasting platforms. See you soon!
Hey there, Schmodown fans. This is Josh the Merc Rainer, and I am here to tell you about my show, Talkin' Schmodown. Whether it's Andrew Guy getting hit with a chair, John Roca screaming, "Outlaw!" or the emotional retirement of the Shire Wolves, I talk about it all. So you can catch me right here on Anchor and all the other major podcasting platforms. So, as I ask every episode, are you ready to talk Schmodown? I am.
Hello, everybody. Jay Wade
And Kaylin here.
to tell you about SEN Afterlife.
It's an after-show podcast where we expand on the week of craziness on SEN Live, as well as have guests on to join in the fun.
Yep, and we get personal too. We do movie reviews, and at times we go way off the rails, which I guarantee is always Kaylin's fault.
Hey, how rude and not true. So, come join us on the Merc with the Movie Blog feed, and remember to rate, share, and subscribe. And as always, enjoy.
And we're back. You're probably wondering what else we're going to talk about, but to end our special show, Jay actually has an announcement that he wants to make. So go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, and this is an announcement not only to all you listeners, but this is also an announcement to my family and my friends. I met a girl online. I'm not afraid to say that these days because that's where most people meet. But I met a girl online about 7 months ago, and I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. So I'm going to kind of enlist Sarah's help here, talking about the wedding, things I can expect.
Oh man.
Not only from my fiance, but from her family, from my family, from the guests in general. Is it going to go smooth? Is it even possible to make it go smooth? What are some do's? What are some don'ts? I've just got a list here of things that I've been thinking about. So,
no, okay.
So first, I've got some things as far as the actual ceremony, and then things for the reception. Because now I understand how it goes with most females. The whole being a little girl and dreaming about this big, magnificent, beautiful wedding and everything. And but I'm gonna be straight up right now. I'm 40 years old. Homie, don't play that. Okay. Mm-hmm. I want some say into this wedding. I'm helping pay for it. I'm going to be there. And if I'm gonna be there for this, which is okay with me, I kind of have to be. But if I'm gonna have to be there for this, I want some say. I don't want it just to be one of those where I'm just trying to make it through this terrible thing that I have no interest in because I didn't have any say so in. Mm-hmm. Which I will say now, this is something I have not brought up with my lady yet. So I think she maybe thinks that she's going to be doing the bulk of the planning, but no, that ain't going to happen. So, the first thing I thought of, is obviously your location. And I've always wanted an outdoor wedding. And I wanted to, what are your thoughts on indoor versus outdoor? Like, was yours indoor or outdoor? And did you guys discuss that at all, or?
Our wedding was an outdoor wedding. I always wanted it to be outdoors, and I talked to my husband, fiance, whatever. I talked to him about it. We talked about what we wanted. I floated around a bunch of different ideas, and we were pretty much on the same page as far as what we wanted. Going back to what you were saying about you want to be involved, I was very much the same way. I was like, I don't want to just plan this wedding on my own. I want it to be your vision as well. I mean, it's a thing that we're both going to be doing and putting a lot of money and time into. I don't want it to just be my ideal vision or whatever. So I tried to make sure that he was pretty much involved in every step of the planning, as far as where it was going to be, where we were going to have the ceremony and the reception, which we had all at the same place. And we decided that we wanted an outside wedding, so that helped us plan the date, that helped us plan who we were going to invite and all that different stuff. I personally just like outside a lot better, but there is things you do risk, like the weather. We got married in August outside in a field.
Wow.
And it was like a barn that someone built for her wedding, and then she decided to turn it into an actual wedding venue. So it was this really nice wooden barn, metal on the inside kind of thing, and we could have got married in there, or we decided to get married outside, right in front of it. So it was really hot. It was in August. It was the hottest day of August. And then it thunderstormed right after the ceremony, which was fine because everything, the reception was going to be inside the barn anyway.
All right.
But it just started pouring right after we moved inside. So I was like, oh, okay, thank goodness. So that's one of the things you have to think about, how long is it going to be? We talked about having a beach wedding, but my husband was like, absolutely not. I don't want to get married on the beach. And I was like, okay. So, I mean, it all depends. And then I know people that want to get married. I mean, there's people that want to get married in a church. And then you could have the reception outside. I guess it all depends on your theme. You don't have to have a theme, but just what.
Yeah. Well, see, my thought is, and now I'm from Ohio, and I live literally in farm country. Yeah. When you leave the city limits, you are surrounded by fields and fields and fields everywhere. Yeah. So I live in rural America. So I was personally, and I have not brought this up yet, I'm kind of scared to, but to be honest, I would like to get married in the Rural King parking lot out by the tractors where they have the tractor display. I just think that would be awesome, dude. And set up the tractors in some sort of cool design way. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, she probably won't be down with that, would she?
I don't know. I mean, it depends. I don't know not every girl or woman has planned out their wedding since they were little. I mean, a lot of people, have. I know a lot of people are I don't want to get married. I don't really care about a big wedding. My like best friend got married a couple months before me, and they had such a quick wedding that like she didn't really plan that much of it, and she still like loved it. So like I guess it all really depends. Like you just have to talk to her like what her ideals. I
Right,
mean,
right.
yeah, because I don't know if she says she was little. It's like I'm gonna have a big wedding and it's gonna be in a big fancy hall and it's gonna be because they don't have to be expensive. Like I know that's a thing. We tried to cut costs as much as we could. We tried to just like there's a lot of really random little costs that you're like I don't need this. Like I don't need to do this. I don't need to do that. Like just really, you can make the wedding look however you want it to look. Honestly, like
Right on, right on.
to I mean, yeah, it all depends on what you and her want. Like if you want a big wedding, if you don't want a big like with a lot of people, if you don't want it with a lot of people,
You
that
see,
also
that
depends.
was another thing I have on here, like the guest list as far as like big or small. But
The
my main
worst part.
thing my main thing is I don't want kids, especially babies.
At the
Like for
wedding.
real. And like if someone shows up with their kids, we will tell them to leave. I don't want kids, especially babies, at my wedding. Little things shitting and crying the whole time. I don't want that headache. Is that a rude thought, or is?
No, we
'Cause,
didn't.
I mean, it is our wedding. It ain't the freaking guest's wedding. They cannot come if they don't want to. I don't care. I'm not there for them.
No, that's exactly. We did the same thing. I did not want kids at the wedding because I've just seen like little kids. Like it's distracting. You want your guests to have like my whole thing about our wedding is I wanted like my guests and stuff to have a good time. Like I wanted it to be like kind of we do the ceremony and then the reception was really just like a big dinner with all our friends and there was just part like we were just dancing. Like we just wanted it to be like fun and relaxed. I didn't want it to be like the traditional we do all the I didn't care about any of that. So I didn't want people to worry about their kids and little kids running around. And I've seen it all the time, like kids running up and people told me horror stories about little kids with like cake on their hands, like running up and touching the bride's dress and destroying things. I was like, I'm not doing that. So right off the bat, we put it in our invitations. I'm pretty sure we put it on our invitations, but we told people that had kids that, hey, we're not doing kids. Sorry if that's inconvenient, but we just decided. And a lot of people will be like, oh, that's great. Like a lot of people are like, that's fine. I didn't want to bring my kid anyway. We had issues because I had family members that were younger, like close cousins, and then my husband's nephews that we just were like, it was just going to be too much of a problem. So we said no kids under a certain age. And it caused a lot of issues at first. A lot of issues. A lot of people were really upset and hurt. But then I think once the wedding actually came around, people were like, oh, okay, yeah, this was the right decision. Because you don't like I didn't want my mother-in-law worrying about her grandchildren her grandchildren or like my aunt worrying about her son. Like you know what I mean? Like I wanted people to
Right.
enjoy themselves. And I also didn't want to like deal with it. I don't know. Like I know that sounds rude, but that's the one thing that I pulled out where I was
No,
like, I'm
kids
the
suck,
bride.
man. Let's just be
I'm
realistic, dude. Kids suck, especially
I
other
love
people's kids.
I love children. I love
Well, I
little
do
kids.
too, but it doesn't mean they don't suck. Like I have a cat. I love my cat, but cats are assholes, you know? I mean,
I just don't think weddings is a place for unless like you're specifically it depends on the situation, but I think for the most part, like I don't think weddings are supposed to be like for little kids because it's just a mess.
yeah,
It's a mess
good.
to handle.
Hopefully I can
Um,
make that one fly.
so I'm on
Um,
your side. I'm on your side for that. Unless you do, because we were going to try and do a certain age, like no kids under an age of like 12 or whatever. Because we didn't think it was fair for like the older kids that were well behaved, but then that caused a lot of issues too. So
yeah.
it's all or nothing sometimes.
Now,
Um,
what does the groomsmen to bridesmaids ratio really matter? Like say if she wants 8 bridesmaids, do I have to find 8 groomsmen just to make it look even?
um,
'Cause I
honestly,
can't count of 3 guys that I like, let alone 8.
honestly, like it seems like that's a lot of like the traditional wedding things are kind of a lot of people just aren't really doing that kind of stuff anymore. So I think trying to match the numbers like I don't think that matters. Like I really think a lot of people are just starting to realize like the wedding's really about you guys do whatever you guys make you happy. It's your special day. Like, that's what I tell everyone. Like, it's your day in the long run. Because a lot of people say, like, oh, you need to please the parents. Like, it's for them too. Like, not really. Like,
No,
it
it's
really
not.
is. It really is. It's for you. Especially, like, you guys are older. So, like, this is for you guys. Like, let this be. I mean, I don't know how old she is, but you know what I mean? Like, this is your day. Like, if you want to have 4 and she wants to have 8, like, I don't think it matters. I think for me, it would just drive me nuts because of, like, the numbers thing. So I was like, I'm having this many, so like I would like you to have this many just because in my head that makes sense. But I don't
Right,
think in like reality, like it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think you should ask people you don't know just to fit a quota, you know.
right,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Now, as far as the groomsmen, this is again. Uh, I don't want just like a serious wedding. Like, dude, I want shit. I want shit to be funny. Okay,
Hmm.
like I just want to have fun. So I want, and so tell me if you think how you think this might go over. I want the
Okay.
groomsmen to wear tuxedo T-shirts with the sleeves cut off.
All right.
Do you think that'll be a hard sell?
I mean, I think you have to talk to her about
But I
all
mean,
of this.
you're younger, so you're younger, so you have that young, fresh perspective
Take.
of marriage and everything.
I think that's.
Whereas, I
I
just don't know. I don't know how all this stuff's going to go over when I bring it up,
um again, I
and I
just
don't
think
know
it's.
if I should even bring up some of this stuff. Maybe you could help me not get in trouble. I don't know.
I think you should bring it all up. Because I think you're right. Like, it is also your wedding. Like, I feel like a lot of the time people just push it off like, oh, it's the bride's idea and the bride's dream and stuff like that. But like, it's also the groom's too. Like, this is important for the groom as well. So I think that you should sit down and tell her all your ideas. I'm not saying that all your ideas she'll like or say yes, but I think I think the communication part of that is important. um I don't know. I think it's hard for me to answer, like, do you think this will go by, because I don't know her and I don't know if she like cares much about what, like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
I just live under the assumption that she's like the vast majority of girls who has these images of this fairy tale, everything's white, everything's crisp, everything's clean,
I
everything's
don't know.
perfect, flowers, all of this crap.
Right.
That's how I'm going into it, under that assumption.
Well, I would talk
But
to
I
her.
obviously don't have those feelings. I like stuff to be funny and rough around the edges, and
Yeah, I mean, I would talk to her. I feel like her personality will probably play into what she wants the wedding to look like. I mean, I don't know. Like, I would see, like, the first important thing to do is like sit down and talk about like what you want the wedding ceremony to look like both of you, like what your ideas of what this wedding is going to look like.
well,
Because
like,
it's just.
see, but then there's things like I want to do things no matter what. Like okay, for example, no matter what, I want to go barefoot. So
Okay.
like even if she nags me to death and I have to wear some stupid $2,000 chump suit, I
Hmm.
want to rock that barefoot. I want to, I want it. I want this. I want that, regardless
Yeah.
of how pretty or nice things are. I want some of these goofy, silly things that make me laugh and feel comfortable.
But then you're just assuming that she wants it to look perfect, or she wants this pretty, like, perfect
Don't
wedding.
all girls, though?
No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
I
Well,
think, I mean, like, I think that's a little bit of a misconception, but I could be wrong. I think it just depends. Like, none of my friends are like, yeah, I want it to be this big, poofy, beautiful wedding. Like, or like a lot of my friends got married. My one friend, they just got married outside, and their whole wedding party and then were barefoot. Like, it was super like woodsy, and you know what I mean. And then other people we know just got married and they were wearing jeans and flannels and got married like in the backyard, and like the like I don't think people are.
right.
I think it's I she might the dress might be like, oh, I want this beautiful puffy dress, but as far as everything else, like, she might not wanted, or she might be flexible, or I don't know. I'm just assuming every bride's like me, where I was like, I don't care, like whatever. Like,
See, if I had my way, I'd want her to wear her hair in pigtails and wear overalls. I think that'd be awesome. You know what I'm saying, man?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should talk to her. I think you should not be afraid to voice your opinions, and you should ask her what her ideal wedding will look like, because it might surprise you. It might not be this big ballroom, whatever.
She's pretty girly, so
Is she?
yeah, she is. That's why I'm bringing all this up to you first, so I can kind of get a feel for what I might be in for. Now, music during the ceremony. I've been to marriages weddings rather, where there has been music during the ceremony and there hasn't been. But you know that old song was like, ooh, I wanna sex you up.
Oh
You know what I mean? Is that now? I want that to play during our ceremony.
When
Like during the taking a musical break, like having a music section in the ceremony.
like, okay.
Like how some people would have like their mom go up there and sing "Wind Beneath My Wings." Instead of that,
okay.
I want to, I want to sex you up, man. I want that song. What do you, I mean? Is it? Should I just maybe even not bring that up at all?
I feel like I wouldn't bring that one up.
Man, but see, imagine how great that would be, dude.
Yeah, but I feel like that'd be so awkward for like. It depends on like who's going to be at the ceremony. Like, you know, like if it's just small and like just you guys and your friends, like I feel like that'd be funny. But if it's like parents and family and stuff like that, I feel like that might be a little inappropriate. Maybe
okay.
I would say ceremony inappropriate, but reception okay. I feel like wait till you're actually married and then do
right.
That.
Okay, well, another thing real quick as far as songs, you know how like they usually play the wedding song or whatever when people walk back down the aisle and leave the church or whatever they're leaving? Okay, instead of the wedding song or whatever it is they normally play, I want Queen's "Another One Bites the Dust."
All right.
How does that sound? Would that?
Yeah.
I mean, right? You get it, right?
I mean, we didn't do the wedding march at all. Like we didn't have it.
You get it, right? Another One Bites. We just got married and we're exiting the church, and another one bites the dust. Get it? Like, you know, I just bit the dust. I'm married. I'm screwed.
Again, talk to her.
Right? Isn't that great, dude? I love that. Isn't that great?
My God. I feel like there's going to be a lot of compromising. But that's okay.
I think that would be great. I'm really going to push for that. Maybe,
okay,
so I bring up, I push hard for I want to sex you up during the ceremony, and we compromise with Another One Bites the Dust as we're walking out.
Yes, there you go.
All right. Now, vows. What do you, like, as far as, should we write them ourselves or just go with the standard thing? And how PC should they be if we write them ourselves? Like, is it okay
Pretty PC.
Really? What? I don't understand. This is the kind of stuff that bugs me. I want to go nutty, man.
I mean, like, go, like, funny, but I wouldn't go, like, super inappropriate. Again, it depends on who is going to be there. Like, if it's your friends and stuff like that you feel like you can do that, then I would say go for it. But if it's going to be like family and parents and grandparents and stuff like that, I wouldn't.
See, man, because like I want to
wait until the best man speech or like something like that.
If I would write my own vows, I would want to just be really honest and sincere and blunt about us and like you know how we met on a BDSM website and how we may be kinky and everything, and you just kind of just get crazy and freaky with this stuff, dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring down the house.
I guess it just all depends. I don't know. It depends on if you guys want traditional it doesn't sound like you want a traditional wedding. So like in that case, like yeah, go crazy. Do whatever. Again, talk to her. Get her. Don't just pull this out. Like, don't. I wouldn't just pull it out. Like, what you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't just be like, oh, not tell her and then do this speech. Like, I would go along with her and feel it out. Feel your wedding day out.
Oh, so I shouldn't. So I at the very
don't
least.
Don't surprise her with that.
Okay. But okay. See though, because that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, probably not surprise her with that, but at the same time, like, if she knows that's what I want to say, she'll shoot me down. So I should just do it anyway. So,
no.
And you know, what is she going to do? Get mad and not marry me? Come on, we're already standing up there.
Yeah, but then you'll take that anger into the marriage and
again,
right. Feel it out. Talk to her and feel it out. If it's super traditional wedding that she wants, I wouldn't do that.
And
but if it's more laid back and smaller, then like have fun. Go crazy.
Yeah. Now here's another thing. Okay, so I was thinking, you know how like they do I guess they don't do the rice anymore because of the birds or some stupid crap.
Yeah.
What do they do now? Ring bells or something dumb?
We did bubbles.
Bubbles? Nah, that's cute. At first I was thinking confetti, like get those little wine bottle poppers that blow up the confetti, you know? And then I was like, well...
Also bad for the birds.
Well, yeah, but screw the birds. They cannot have that when they get married. I don't care.
Oh my.
But I was thinking, okay, what if when we're at the bachelor party, what if we just enlist some of the strippers from the strip club and they come out and throw glitter?
No.
And they glitter us down while we're coming out.
No.
That's not a good idea.
No.
Oh. Well, then I guess, hold on, let me take
idea?
stripper poles off of the reception list.
Oh, you definitely need to talk to her.
See, this is why we're doing this here, so I don't get in too much trouble. Okay, so, well, definitely have some stuff to talk about with her about the ceremony, but the fun part now is the reception.
Oh, man. So, if you want to do all that stuff at the ceremony, I can't imagine the reception.
Well, okay, so I'm thinking an entrance theme song for my bride and I into the reception, right? Mm-hmm. Super Freak by Rick James, especially considering how we met. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Super freak, she's super freaky. Yeah, that's what I'm envisioning, man, is just straight up super freak.
Okay.
We sound okay so far?
Yeah, don't hate it.
All right. All right, now, okay, now here's one that's tame. This is just regular, like, food stuff. Like, what types of food should we not have? Like, are there any types of foods you don't want to have? And I'm thinking, to be honest, I'm thinking more of like, I don't know if I want some spicy stuff there because I don't want to give nobody the runs and have all that kind of stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Are there like do's and don'ts for food at types of food, or is it just kind of, it really doesn't matter?
I don't think it matters. I know there's traditional, like, the chicken and salads and, like, I don't know, that kind of traditional stuff. Or, like, lobster, if you're real fancy.
What about chicken breasts? All right, with like,
oh my God.
In like each one, we put a nipple on it.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get it? Chicken breast, yes, and it has a nipple, and it looks like, and then we arrange it so it looks like a pair of boobies on the plates. I'm actually writing that down right now. That's awesome.
I don't hate it. I mean, what did we did like pasta, tacos. We were going to do pizza.
Tacos is where you're getting into the runs, like what I was afraid of.
Yeah, but it wasn't spicy.
Well, still, if the tacos aren't made right, that's a risky one.
No, it was like the walking tacos. Like you take the like Dorito bags or whatever, and then you put the chip bags, and then you put like the chicken,
All right.
and, like those
All
kind
right.
of
See,
things.
I'd probably just go get a bunch of boxes of tacos from Taco Bell since it's right across the street from the Rural King.
From the Rural King. There you go.
No, I mean,
All right. Yeah.
who are we here to impress? You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
everybody likes Taco Bell.
Yeah. I do Taco Bell.
The bar, obviously.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Now, how risky is it to just like pay for a complete open bar, like fully stocked whiskey, liquor, beer, everything? And I'm not talking costs. I'm talking like, are we asking for trouble if we offer our guests that kind of range?
Yes. Yeah. You could do like a cash bar. I think my friend did that. They did an open cash bar. Nothing too wild happened, but it depends on your friends and your family. So.
All right. Well, what about this? What if we just had? Okay. What if we got some toilets, right? Like obviously clean ones. You know, like I'll buy a couple, 2 or 3 toilets. God. Get some toilets and set them in the room and make jungle juice in them.
Ew, in the toilet?
Yeah, dude, they're clean. And haven't you ever been to a party with jungle juice? Normally it's either in a trash can or a bathtub.
Ew.
But at least this way I would buy a new toilet, Sarah. I'm not going to go buy a used toilet and come on. But wouldn't that be hilarious?
No. No.
No, I should probably not even bring that up at all.
I would not bring that one.
Fair enough. I don't know.
So you're painting like a wild party wedding, non-traditional, which is fine. I just really
I don't even drink either. I just want everybody else to have a good time. I don't drink, man. I just want everybody else to have a wild time.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Now seating, she's already brought up seating a little bit, and like as far as just like she's mentioned, like, you know, she's got some people that don't get along, but she wants them all there anyway, and how you know we have to be expressing to me that we have to be extremely vigilant with who we sit where. Not only like telling me I need to think about my friends and my guest list and how they interact with each other and stuff. So I get what she's saying, but me being me and what I've kind of been interested in so far, I want to do my seating so that we intentionally sit people next to each other that we shouldn't.
No.
I mean,
no. You do not want to fight at your wedding.
Nah, it'll be cool, man. We can see.
You're trying to have like a Dothraki or whatever wedding from Game of Thrones, where there's like 2 deaths and like they're just partying and all having like sex with each other, like in the middle. Like,
well, I don't know about the sex part in the middle of but
you know what I'm talking about.
You know.
When Daenerys gets married to Khal Drogo and they're like having a wild time. I think that's what kind of picture you're painting for your wedding reception.
No, I just figure let's use this moment to try to bring people together and squash some of those beefs or take away some of those
I wouldn't do it at a wedding.
And you know, it could be fun too.
I'm gonna agree with her. I'm gonna say no.
All right. Band or a DJ as far as music, like it, and beyond that, whether or not it's a band or a DJ, is it acceptable to tell them you only play what we want, and if you play anything outside of this list that we give you, you are done? Because there's always going to be those people who want to hear the stupid Macarena or all these other stupid crappy. They want to hear what they want to hear. I don't care what they want to hear, and I do care what I don't want to hear.
I mean, we just use Spotify and just did it ourselves. So. Oh,
really? You can do that?
Yeah, I made a playlist for over like a couple of months. I just created all these songs I wanted, and then we had our friend kind of do the emceeing for us, and then pick some of the songs, and then just kind of make sure, like, kind of orchestrated everything for us. But I was like, I'm not paying for a DJ. too much, and often they don't do a great job. So,
Okay, what about a wedding band? Would it
that could be
I'm
fun.
thinking but see, I want like a themed wedding band, like not just like a regular wedding band that plays weddings.
Yeah.
I'm talking like an '80s
Like a polka
themed wedding band or
Oh.
a what?
A polka band?
If I liked polka, yeah.
Yeah, but like something like that. An 80s themed band?
Yeah, something like that.
Or like
but
a Jimmy Buffett band or something?
like I don't know, maybe, but like dressed up and playing characters.
All right.
Like dare I say, like a Motley Crue
Oh my God.
style wedding band?
Again.
Maybe doing some Elton John covers and some Billy Joel covers.
That could be fun.
But they're like Motley Crue style and stuff.
Okay.
Around every now and then.
Again, I would talk to her about what ideas she has. Yeah.
But at what point do I put my fist down and say, okay, you have decided all of this. I am booking a Motley Crue band for our wedding. At what point do I lay down the law and say, I want this specifically, and I am doing it?
I would say right off the bat.
Okay, and I've got to stick to it, right? Even if she's like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't care what you want. I want a Motley Crue band.
Okay, I wouldn't do all that. There has to be some kind of compromise.
Sarah, I
Not
want
just
Motley Crue.
I'm saying it depends. Maybe you don't know. Maybe she'll be like, "Yeah, that's awesome. Let's get Aerosmith in there." Like you don't know. Like
No, I don't want Aerosmith.
I know. Oh my God. I feel like
man.
every answer I'm gonna get to is just I don't know what her vision is. You need to talk about like I feel like okay. Here's my best advice to you. I would say if she comes out and says that she has always dreamed of having a traditional wedding, like in a church or by a pastor, and she wants the traditional, like all the wedding things you do, and wants a DJ or wants a band and doesn't want toilets with alcohol or Motley Crue, I would definitely talk to her up front and right off the bat, just voice all your opinions and don't wait until like the end to be like, well, I wanted this, this, and that, because that's just going to cause issues. So I would just be up front right off the bat and be like, if that's where it's coming off of. If it comes off where she's like, yeah, didn't want a traditional wedding, kind of is open to like whatever. Like I don't know. I just think you should voice your opinions both ways. Because right now I just have this idea that she's going to be like, I want the traditional in a church, like down the perfect white, like what you were saying, like everything's perfect and pretty and linen.
She gets a church, but my groomsmen get to wear the cutoff sleeve t-shirts with the tuxedo print on it.
Okay.
Cool. We compromised.
Oh man, it's all about compromising.
Yep. The last thing I got on my list is the toasts, because I've always been unclear. Like, does it matter who we allow to give the toast, or does it have to be the best man and the top bridesmaid,
maid of honor?
Maid of honor. Does it have to be them? Because what I'm thinking is when it comes time to the toast, like we'll have the toast, a good amount into the reception, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking when it comes time to the toast, we're going to do a breathalyzer, and whichever groomsman is the drunkest is the one who's going to give the toast. Right?
I mean, why not? Why can't they all give toast? Like, why do you have to pick?
Because I just think it would be funny to have the drunkest one do it.
I mean, I feel like you don't even have to breathalyze them. You can just look at them and be like, yeah, you're drunk. Go ahead. Like,
I want to be technical about it. I want to say, dude, you blew a 0.8. You blew a 0.9. 0.9, you're up, dude. Right? I mean, we want all the excitement we can get. It's supposed to be an exciting day.
Just not too exciting where the cops are called.
Well, yeah, of course.
Unless that's how you want to end it.
No, that's not how I want to end it. But I do want I do want the craziness. You know, I want I want to sex you up in the middle of the wedding ceremony. Another one bites the dust as we're walking down the aisle because my life will officially be over.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm sorry, but the toilets with the jungle juice mixed in them, that is awesome. That is solid gold.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I love that.
I wouldn't want that at my wedding, but that's pretty funny.
Yep.
Again, it all depends on what she has envisioned and how hard she's going to take that. Like, she might be like, she might be like, I don't know. I don't care what we do, and be down for whatever.
Okay, now what if
your best case?
What if we can't work this out and it just comes to like she wants this and she won't budge at all on anything, and then I'm just like, okay, cool, don't show up, and I'll just have a cardboard cutout of her there as a stand-in. Would that? I mean, would that work?
No.
No.
I mean, you have to think like the wedding is important, but like also the marriage is also going to be important. So,
well, the marriage is gonna be me sitting around depressed as hell most of the time, I'm sure.
No.
You know, having to listen to the garbage needs to be taken, clean the gutters, blah 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 blah. My car isn't working. Okay, then go take it to the shop. What the hell are you telling me for?
Is that what you're worried about for marriage?
Oh, dude, hey man, I didn't pick another one bites the dust for no reason. Right?
Can't relate.
No, well. But I got to say that what really got me thinking about all this was a couple weeks ago on the other show you host, Afterlife, when John Roca announced his engagement, and you were just like, I don't know, I could tell that you love talking about weddings, and you love weddings. And,
I do. I love weddings.
And I was like, man, she really loves talking about weddings, and I miss her so much because at that point we hadn't recorded together for about 3 weeks, and I was just having Sarah jonesing attacks. And so for that reason, Sarah,
is this all a lie?
I made up all of this because I wanted to have a reason to talk to you.
I'm so upset.
And I figured what better way than to have Sarah help me plan my fake wedding and just throw out some absolutely insane shit and see what she thinks about it. Because I will tell you right now, I am single as hell. I have never met anyone on a BDSM website or anything. I am not engaged whatsoever, but I just had to talk to you, man, and I figured it'd be fun. But some of these ideas were really funny, and a lot of like the toilets, dude. That came off the top of my head while talking, but. In all reality, I am one of those guys that if I were to get married, I would want an outdoor wedding. I really would want to get married barefoot. Me personally, I do not want "I want to sex you up" played at all during my ceremony. Another one bites the dust. As funny as it would be, it would also be extremely insulting.
Yeah.
As far as vows, they should be a little PC, but I do have an envision. If I were to get married, the vows in my mind would be the pastor or whoever, the officiator. Do you take her? Yeah. Do you take him? Yeah. Kiss. Mm-hmm. You're married, and that's it. Literally, that is it. Mm-hmm. That would be pretty much the entire ceremony, to be honest. Let's go to the reception. I really wouldn't want kids there. That was true. But as far as the reception, I mean, Super Freak would just be funny if I could get my bride to change clothes before the reception, and she puts on like a slutty wedding dress kind of outfit. That would be hilarious. as far as the Motley Crue style band, that came off the top of my head because I went to a wedding reception where there was actually a Kiss cover band. And,
really?
which was a hell of a good time. And they were both, it was the groom's favorite band is Kiss. And his wife is really great, and she loves Kiss too, so she was all about it. But that's where that came from, because I don't like Kiss, but Motley Crue would be amazing. And then as far as the toasts, I had never thought about that until we were just talking, but for real, that would be hilarious to determine who gets to give a toast based on a breathalyzer and who's the drunkest. I would really like to do that. That would be great. So... yeah, I just this was all a ruse just to get you in the studio so we could talk about something.
I'm so hurt. Oh my gosh. Well, this is the last episode of Go Get That Rose. I will be looking for a replacement host. Just kidding. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad I didn't say anything too crazy.
I was sitting here. I'm like, man, is she gonna flip out on me about anything? I was wanting you. I was wanting was. Person. Yeah, well, I was wanting you to be like, Jay, no. Are you crazy? You cannot do that.
Going on, I was seriously like, oh my God, I can't. Like, this is not going to work out. Like, they're married.
Well, I thought for sure when I said I want to get married in the parking lot of Rural King next to the tractors, I figured for sure you'd be like, no, you cannot do that.
I think that's funny.
I think it is too.
Live your dream.
Oh man. But that was that. Like I said, I just when I was editing that episode you guys were doing and I heard you talking about that, I was like, okay, this is what we got to do. Yeah, well, that was that, man.
Great trick had by all, how rude, whatever. Any chance
our producer knew about this too, by the way.
Did he? What the heck?
I told him as soon as the idea hit me when I was editing your episode, I was like, hey, dude, this is what I want to do. And he's like, I love it.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, well, so rude. Just kidding. I love talking about weddings. I'll talk about weddings, fake or real, And I hope that there will be a wedding at the end of this Bachelor season. Time to get all back together. There probably won't be, but, it's fine. One can hope. That's going to be it for us here. J Wade, where can the people follow you? Talking about your crazy, insane wedding that's not real.
Well, if y'all want to come to my reception and have jungle juice out of toilets, you can just hit me up on the Twitter at JWade1134. That's the letter J, WADE1134.
Oh my gosh. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I will not be about Jay's reception with the jungle juice in the toilets, which is weird, but you can follow me on Twitter at SCBOC, SSEABOCK. You can also find the show and more at at the Merc with a Movie blog feed on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Play, and on Anchor. I say this every time, just go to Anchor. It's so here. You can also find the episodes on YouTube with Merc with a blog channel as well. That's going to be it for us here today. We'll be here next week. Finally, it's been so long to talk about Peter's season. Here's to 3 hours. Hopefully, it's a good 3 hours. Bye, guys.